Hello, my name is Derek Byers, and my wife and I had our loss with Samuel in April of 2007. And now that Father's Day is coming up, we've talked about grief and how fathers deal with grief. And although it's been 5 years ago, I feel like it still is yesterday. In our experience, I think that there are two things that really I remember most poignantly about having dealt with grief. One was the fact that I was supposed to be the man in the relationship, to be tough and to fix things and make things better. But I had just brought my wife to the hospital and learned that we had lost our child at 36 weeks. And we hadn't prepared for that. Nobody prepares for that. But all of a sudden our life had changed by a complete 180 degrees from where it was headed. It was difficult to try and understand how we're going to go home without a child, and how my wife was going to deal with all the things that her body does when it has a baby, although we don't have a baby at home. I had a hard time trying to make her feel better when she felt those moments of loneliness and feeling like she just needed to hold a child close in her arms. And it's still, remembering back, I don't know how we made it through it, but we did make it through those times just by listening to each other. Another aspect of grief that I dealt with as a father was for myself, and that feeling of hope lost. And the way that I personally dealt with it was actually by going outside. Nature and being outside was really therapeutic for me. And so I would lay in the grass with my eyes to the sky, and I had a 3-year-old boy at the time, 2.5, 3-year-old boy, and I would lay him down there with me, and he wouldn't stay as long as I would, but it was fun just looking up to the heavens to think about our Samuel. We've also planted trees, planted gardens, and have different amulets that help us to remember Samuel. And now that it's 5 years later, the way that we celebrate Father's Day is really by sharing with each other as a family. We've had 2 children since losing Samuel, and this year will be our 2nd year that we've gone out on an annual fishing trip. Samuel's still with us in thought and in heart, but it's a great way for us to just for me to experience the joy of being a father with our children. Share provided me the great opportunity to share with others what I was going through, to help me in those times I was angry, those times I was sad, those times I was frustrated because I couldn't fix what my wife was going through. And really the bonds that I made with Cher allowed an open table for us to say what we needed to say at that time. And we're forever grateful for Cher, and we'll continue to participate and be involved to help others understand that you can make it through these tough times.